Hey guys, it's Rick. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the world of water-based marker coloring. So we're going to get into it right now. All right, for the supplies, I'm using the February Club Kits from Spellbinders. I'm using the Swirling Blooms Embossing Folder and the Lily Arch Stamp and Die Club, plus our Tombow markers. And I'm going to use my VersaFun Claire markers. I have some paper that I cut from a paper pack from Joann's. I think it's something spring. I don't even know what the name of it is. I'll have it listed below. So I've cut those down to A2 size, and I've ran those through my embossing folder, and I'm going to set those aside for a second. And I'm going to use Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I'm going to cut my arches, Lily Arch, out first with the coordinating die. It was suggested by Spellbinders to do that when you're with the stamp and die set. So I've cut that out, and I'm going to pick out all the little pieces, and then I'm going to pick and put it in my Misty and line the stamp up, and I'm going to stamp both those. Oh, by the way, we're making 2 cards because I needed 2 birthday cards, and it's spring, or getting close to spring, so I thought it was perfect. So I'm going to line my Lily Arch stamp up on my die cut in my Misty, and I'm going to stamp that down in VersaFine Claire ink. It's the Nocturne ink. We're using the water-based markers, so you want something that's water-based friendly, not a solvent ink. Well, actually, this is a pigment ink, so it works great for that. It's great for watercoloring, so it works great for these markers. That's why I picked it. Now, for this one, I had to realign the stamp because I moved it, so I had to line it back up and do it again. But you can see I get a nice, pretty impression. I did stamp them twice, I think, in some of them. Now, I'm also going to go ahead and stamp my sentiments while I have my Bristol Smooth cardstock out that I've already cut from. Why waste it? Y'all know, hey. So we're going to go ahead and stamp those out, and I'm going to set those aside to dry, and we're going to get started on the coloring. I picked a limited palette of my Tombow markers. I picked a dark, medium, and light shade, and I'm starting out with my darkest shade, and I'm going to blend that out with my medium. You do want to use Bristol cardstock when you're doing this because they do not blend. Water-based markers will not blend on just regular cardstock that well. That's how you get the harsh line. You've got to use the right paper. So that's why we're using the Bristol Smooth. I've not tried it on the vellum. I don't know if it would work or not. I know it works on the smooth. The vellum's the tricky little things, or vellum, Bristol vellum. You have to get the right kind of stuff. The smooth works way better. So that's what I go with. That's what I use all the time. So we are just coloring from our light to dark. And this is 743, 703, 821, and 761 in Tombow markers. So I'm only going to color one set of the flowers. And I'm going to do them all the same. So we are going to just color that. And you can see I'm getting that nice smooth blend in there, because that Bristol Smooth cardstock is just chef's kiss. Fabulous. It blends so well. So we're going to go ahead and color the rest of those flowers the same way. And then we're going to do our leaves and our stems. And I picked, my darkest color is 249 with the Tombow Brush Pens. Brush Markers. Dual Brush Markers. Is that what they're called? I don't even know. I just know they're Tombows. And they're fabulous. So I'm going to blend that out with 192 and 133. The 133 is more of a limey green, yellow green color, and the other ones are a little bit more muted, but they blend really nice together. You want to pick, especially with this, you want to pick a light, medium, and dark. Sometimes you might want to add in another mid-tone to blend out, just like you would with your alcohol markers. I do that a lot. This is actually super easy to do, especially with the right cardstock. You've got to have the right cardstock to do this. So we're going to blend out our stems, and you can see I put in my shadows where the lines were drawn in the stamp to indicate that there was more shadow in that area. I usually start with the base and then blend up, just like we are right there. And we're going to do our stems, the center of stamens, whatever those are in the lilies. I don't even know. I think they're stamens. And the little dots, I chose the darkest color. I used the lightest color on the stamens, and I'm colored both of those the same. Now we're going to come in with our white gel pen and add a few highlights. Excuse me. So we're just going to add our little highlights right there. on each of our flowers. And we are going to be cooking with grease here. I've added a few more highlights. Added some to the stem. You don't have to add a lot. I like a lot of highlights. I don't know why. I just do. Sometimes it just happens. But I did that for both of the die cut colored lily arches. Now you could totally color the arch of the lily frame, but it's just actually just a little line. I chose not to. But I am going to add a little color to my sentiment. I've taken the lightest color of my pink combo, and I'm just coloring over that Live Life in Full Bloom, and I'm going to take the coordinating dies that come in the set and line those up and tape them down, and I'm going to cut these out. I did have to go back and stamp one of them again because Rick did not line up his die cut right. And I think I left it in the video. Yeah, see, that's the one I screwed up. It shifted. I did not pay attention. So I ended up stamping that one again and cutting it out. So here we go. We're going to color our paper. I'm going to stamp it down. And I just used a block to do this part because it was super easy. And I'm just going to line that die up, making sure I have the die lined up correctly before I run it through and tape it down on both sides. That was my mistake. I just used one piece of tape. Now, to make this look like solid color cardstock, I'm going to color the edges with that same marker. That way, it gives the illusion of one solid color cardstock, and I used white. You can always add color to your white cardstock, y'all. All right, now we're going to build our cards up. So I've got my card bases. They're just standard A2 top folding card bases. I'm going to add my embossed piece of Designer Series paper. And I believe this was called Springtime. I know it's Joann's brand. I got the big, huge pack. I thought it was pretty. So I grabbed it. And it's actually really good paper. It's nice and thick. I was very impressed. And I like how it has the ones. It has the solid pattern. It has different patterns. And it has that ombre look. I really like that. It was pretty. So I've added that pink plaid to the center of each, and I'm just going to attach my arch frame of my lilies on right in the center, because you know I have to have my reverse tweezers, so I had to grab those because I can't do nothing without them. I don't know about y'all, but I can't do nothing without them now. All right, so I'm going to line both those on. I'm going to put a block on to dry, put our other one on. And I did flip it upside down so I could make sure I got it lined up right. I don't know why. It's just a thing, y'all. So I got that lined up. Add in our Barely Art glue. We're going to pop that one on. And then I'm going to take and put on, after we make sure we got it lined up. Let me know if y'all like this type of video in the comments below. We're going to add our sentiment on there. And because it is embossed, I did weight it down with a little block. Sometimes you have to do what you got to do. I'm going to line that sub-sentiment up on one of the lines of the plaids. Is how I lined it up. It was super easy. All right, so we're going to add that one. We're going to add our sub-sentiment down there. And there we go. I don't think, did I add something? I don't remember. Yes, I added a little Stardust stickles to some of the leaves just on the where the light would catch it, and I smoothed it out with my finger to make it nice and shiny and pretty. I'm into Stardust stickles right now. I don't know why. I mean, I started out learning when I started making card making. I used stickles, and here we are again using stickles again. It's back around. Everything comes back around eventually. All right, so we're going to add our stickles to our second card. And I hope that the recipients really enjoyed these little pretty cards when they got them in the mail for their birthday this month. And there is a look at both cards. If you like this video, here's a closer look at the cards. If you like this video, I think you're going to like this one right here. See you in the next video. Bye, guys. Love you.